Should simple possession of illegal street drugs be decriminalized?
I mean, that's a tough question. I know in Portugal it works well for them. They've been doing it since 2001, they've had good results. So I think if we follow that trend, then yeah, I think it could be beneficial.
Well, narcotics, no. I think that should be regulated or left as it is.
Yeah, I think so. I don't think it helps to maintaining that as a criminal act. I mean, it doesn't help. I think those people need help. They don't need to be, penalized further than their situation already is penalizing them, I think.
Addiction it's a mental illness. And people struggle with it. And if someone's suffering from addiction, what they need is help, not punishment. And especially like now, it's like so hard for people to find joy in a lot of stuff. And so for some people, that's like they need it to feel happy. And criminalizing that's not going to solve any problems. What that does is it makes people it's a shadier thing, so they can't get access to like clean needles, and then that's like an issue with spreading diseases. And so everything would be just so much safer if it was decriminalized.
Oh, that is a tough question. I would say yes if it's a very small amount. Like, very small amount. If there's any question, if it's for the purposes of trafficking, then I would say no.
No. How come? No real reason. Just I don't think you should have a whole ton of it.
No, I don't think so. I still think there's hard drugs that you just don't want to put into people's hands.
Yes. I'm very pro decriminalizing all drugs just because it makes it easier for people to get help when they do struggle with addiction. It's been proven to work in Portugal. They've decriminalized all of their drugs, except for like very large quantities of drugs, then it's considered trafficking. But just simple possession, no, I don't think it should be criminalized.
I guess it depends on the drug. I'd say by and large, yes. I mean, I would think, marijuana most certainly. I'm in favor of that. I guess it really depends on the narcotic. Yeah.
Well, I would have been under the impression that it had been with the legalization of marijuana to a certain amount of weight per person. It is decriminalized, I had thought. So I guess I would say it should be decriminalized.
Me as well, even at the age I'm at.
Yeah, because why you chuck them in jail and that costs a fortune, and what do you do with them then, right? You're helping them out. They'll be in there for a week or two. Other than we're feeding them, and at least they get straight food. But I don't know. I think we should treat them rather than. It's too expensive to send people for jail if they're non-violent. Why waste time and money in those people as well?
If it becomes safe, then I think it's a good idea.
So I would say yeah. If people we can't stop people from using them. They're going to do it no matter what. So if there's someone else looking at it, making sure that it's safe and that everyone is okay, if that's what they choose to do with their life, that's what they choose to do. You can't stop someone from doing that. So make sure they're safe if they're going to do it, I guess. So I would say yeah.
I think it should be, because I feel like we need to help people who are on these drugs, help them out. They need counseling, obviously. So I think putting them behind the bars is not the answer, because it never solved anything. I believe some countries have in Europe where all the drugs are legalized, and then people use it, they have centers where they use it. So I think we should step into that. But yeah, I think that's where we should be heading.
It's a really complicated problem. I don't know, to be quite honest with you. I just know that there's a lot of overdoses. There's not enough resources set aside for counseling, rehabilitation, that type of thing. So I don't know if that's part of the equation on how to move forward.
Absolutely. Don't legalize it, just decriminalize it.
Any reasons behind that?
Well, because the legal profession is just swamped with idiocy. They make it legal. Now we're going to charge you. It doesn't make any sense. Simply decriminalize it. Take it as it is. If you've got way too much for your personal possession, you should get something. But personal possession, oh my God, just decriminalize it.
Yes, I think it should be decriminalized because failing to do so kills a lot of people. And particularly if you're a physician, do no harm. I think that's true for all of the rest of us too. Lots of people die because they don't have access to clean street drugs. They don't know what they're getting, and it kills them.